Just execution. Obviously, we were able to run the football. That was big. That's a really good defensive line, and the O-line stepped up, and we were able to run it down there. And we found a way to get in the end zone. And when you get in the end zone, you get points on the board. Now it's about cleaning up the turnovers. I think if we can do that, we can start hitting our stride.
Patrick, it looked like Collins either punched you or grabbed your throat on that play. Can you tell us what happened? And it did seem to kind of fire you up even more.
I'm hoping that he didn't intentionally. I don't think he really intentionally tried to hit me in the throat. I think he was trying to just push me in the chest there, and he's taller than me. So I threw the pick. I don't know if I was fired up from that or if I was fired up because I threw my second pick, and it kind of hurt our defense there in that situation. And so we continue to just make strides in the right direction, but at the same time, we make these mistakes, especially me. And so we're winning football games, which is awesome, but we're going to try to continue to get better.
When you, on that same vein, when you ran for the touchdown, were you still kind of feeling that fired up, and did you kind of seek the contact?
No, I actually was not trying to lower my shoulder. I was trying to absorb the hit because I knew I was going to be right there in the end zone, and that dad bod, man, just had enough weight on me where he went down. So it wasn't like I was necessarily trying to seek out contact. I was trying to absorb it and get in the end zone, and just ended up looking good for me.
When was the last time you were able to lower your shoulder?
The last time I lowered my shoulder was against Iowa State, and I had an AC sprain, and then Iowa State beat me by 56 points. So I've stayed away from that.
Did the dad bod help you on the down the sideline?
Yeah, it was. I was stopping and was gonna try to just get the first down, and I haven't seen the play, but the dude either overran or kind of got a little bit of a block there, and so once I got on the sideline, it opened up, and I was able to get down there, and I thought about cutting it back, but I'll save that for the playoffs, and then right now I'm going to just continue to run out of bounds.
What's the benefit of playing these games that have this high level of intensity?
Yeah, I think it's just you get the best of the best, and that prepares you for the playoffs. I think that's the biggest thing. Is it's obviously fun to win and score a lot of points, but whenever you play these high tense moments against the great teams in the NFL, you see where you're at, and we were able to find ways to get a win today as our defense just continues to play special, honestly, and offensively we're able to run the ball and find a way to get in the end zone. But I think we can get so much better, and so we're going to continue to work at that and try to continue to get better as the season goes on.
You played against, I know you don't do it a lot against the ones during the week, but Chris Roll and Wallace has not been with the ones. I assume you played against him quite a bit in practice. What have you seen from him?
He's a good football player. He's been like that since training camp, and you can see it. Some guys just have it. You can see it from day one, and he's gotten better and better. You can tell he really listens to Spags, to Coach Merritt, to all the coaches and the players. And so he sits there and he listens to Trent talk, and he's gotten better and better each and every week. And he stepped up today, and whenever his number was called, and I think it was 2 rookies got interceptions, if I'm right. So it was cool to see those guys get in the game and make plays.
Patrick, you guys are 6-0. Go ahead. You guys are 6-0, but nothing seems like it's come easily for you all. Is that frustrating, or does it make it that much more rewarding when you're able to find different ways to win?
I don't want to say it doesn't come easily because we're winning games against good teams by a good amount of points, and that's as easy as it, I mean that's easy for the NFL, but I just don't think it's normal for what you've seen from us because there's not a lot of passing touchdowns. There's been a lot of turnovers, especially by me, and so I think it's just showing the versatility of our team. It's not just about me. It's not just about the stats and the light show and stuff like that. It's about playing team football, and I believe that if we continue to work, we'll get better offensively, throwing the ball down the field. But until then, it's nice to know that we have a great running game. We got a great defense, and we're able to execute whenever the time comes to win football games.
Patrick, the interceptions, any common threads there from your perspective?
The first one, the guy was open. Jody was open on the slant. It was going to be a catch and tackle, trying to just gain some back because we were in second and long. The D-lineman made a good play. He got his hands up, knocked it up in there, and made a pick. And then the second one was just trying to go to my matchup with Xavier, and obviously you saw the feet got tangled up there, and he ended up losing his balance and falling down, and their guy made a good play. I mean, I felt like in the interceptions I was going to the right direction in the right spot. Just you get unlucky sometimes, but I gotta still clean it up, and that's stuff I have to work on. There's too many interceptions spots, and so in order for us to even take another step, it's going to be about me taking care of the football, scoring those touchdowns in the red zone like we did today, and then letting our defense really eat and letting Spags be Spags.
For being here amongst the red, we brought some more red, and those guys were great. Overall, I thought it was just a good team performance. There were a lot of good things that happened on the defensive side, the offensive side, special teams. Offensively, 184 yards rushing. I mean, who would think of Pat Mahomes and talking about his runs, but he had a couple nice ones. But, you know, all three running backs did a heck of a job there, I thought. The third downs were great. Nags had a great plan, I thought, for these guys as we went forward, 8 for 14 on third down. The red zone, we were better there than what we've been with 4 out of 5 happening there. And scores, that last drive, just bearing down, putting the hammer down on that was important. That was physical. None of this can take place without the offensive lineman on the offensive side. So, and then getting McCole involved, both on special teams and on the offensive side, was great. And then I mentioned Kareem, but 78 yards and 22 carries. He's a beast in there. So, as were the other guys. Defensively, I thought we just played great football and 3 picks, 3 turnovers against real good offense there. And in some area categories, I mean, they were first in the National Football League. That led to 14 points. So 3 turnovers, 14 points, great thing. Justin Reed is just playing like an all-pro, which he is in our mind. So, but he came out and had the 8 tackles, and again leading the team in tackles and an interception, along with Wallace and Hicks, 2 young guys contributing in their third downs, 2 for 11 again. Against a good offensive team. And the special teams, Ariza, I mean, you got to take your hat off to him with the field position part of it. It's so important in this league. So he did a nice job. He was back in California, so he was using all that air out there. Anyways, with that, time's yours.
You talked about the better play in the red zone, obviously the last one. Any reason you put your finger on there?
No, I mean, we did. The place we did well was on no penalty. So, I mean, that ends up being important when you get down in there and you don't take anything away from yourself. And that's kind of hurt us, the last few games. But it was a great scheme. It was schemes that we used in there. It was, the guys executed well in there, so all around it was good.
Andy, you guys had only the 2 interceptions all season before today. Each of them seemed to have its own little story to it. Justin seemed to do that really well. And the drop off on the Wallace interception that hits in the end zone. I wonder if you could just elaborate on what enabled.
Yeah, well, Spags does a great job of with the different schemes, the different personnel groups. I mean, you think about this now, the 2 rookies being able to jump in on this thing and being a part of it, and then putting them in position where, and them doing it to make plays. But he's the best in the business of what he does, and he did a great job with the scheme part of it. And the players love all that stuff. They all get to be a part of it and contribute.
And I don't know if you would have seen this, but it looked like Patrick got literally punched in the throat on that interception. Did you see? He's always fired up. Did you see any change in his demeanor after that?
Yeah, you probably noticed his voice isn't very. No, I didn't see anything. I didn't.
Andy, because of injuries, you guys had to change your stripes a little bit. You talked about on a run game. When that happens, is that a challenge you kind of enjoy a little bit, or is it frustrating?
Yeah, listen, I mean, you're going against good coaches, good players, 2 good football teams that have a history together. So Kyle does a great job with his staff and their players. And so you love that part of it. You love the competition part. As far as the run game, pass game, you're going to do what's working and try to mix it a little bit to keep them off balance. But that's a tough group. At 54, it doesn't allow you to keep them off balance too much. So he's a pretty good football player along with 97. They're both really good.
Maybe Jalen Watson, Juju, thinking those are any kind of long-term?
Yeah, I think Jalen will be, yeah. I think. I mean, we'll see what the MRI says, but I don't think that's going to be great news.
And yet, I think this is right. I think Roland Wallace only maybe had 1 snap all season before. I think what does it take for a guy to be in the right place at the right time?
Yeah. So he's a real smart kid. We saw that in training camp. Picks things up easy. He's got a great feel for the game. Had that in college. He was able to transfer it during camp. Again, my hat goes off to Veach for getting these guys. So I mean, we're playing a lot of different folks, and the guys are stepping up. So, but Roland he's a good football player. Yeah.
Andy, you guys the only undefeated team left in the NFL. Can you put that in perspective when kind of considering the adversity, the injuries, and the other challenges that we've had?
Yeah, Jared, I mean, we got plenty of room to improve on things. Eventually, guys will start coming back. But the thing I appreciate the most are guys stepping up, and then the other guys trusting them to step up. So, and believing in them, and then the coaches just coach them. Veach brings them in, coaches coach them, and I appreciate that to put us in this spot right here. So there's a lot of things that go into it, but I appreciate the attitude of the guys.
Coach Reed, Patrick Mahomes looked a little bit like a running back on his touchdown up the middle, lowered his shoulder, kind of trucked the guy.
Yeah, no, he did. He caught him just right. That guy's a good player and a good hitter. So Pat was able to drop his shoulder on him and get in the end zone. He wasn't thinking it was going to be like that, but he caught him off balance a little bit, and that happened. So, yeah.
And you talked about this before, but I assume you prefer Patrick avoid contact instead of seek it out?